Just like I said before, for a language, you need to have input, but input is not enough. You need to have output as well. You need to have output at the same time. Without output, it's like you learned nothing. Because if you don't use the word, later you will forget about the word very quickly, isn't it? It's like you learned nothing. So, for all of you here, if you would like to practice Chinese, you need to take this chance to be on stage and practice with me. This is how you memorize what you've learned. It will faster your learning curve, right? Your learning process. You didn't learn a thing without practice, without output. Okay. So knowledge is not power, okay? Knowledge is the potential power. You need to think about how do I apply my knowledge? How do I output? How to practice more. Not only you talk the talk, but you need to walk the talk. This is the suggestion, okay? And execution always trumps knowledge every day of the week. Execution always trumps knowledge every day of the week. You just recite the words, you just learn by yourself, right? You have a lot of input, you read a lot of stuff, but without output, it's hard. It's very hard to make progress. You can even, someday, you just picked up a word, a phrase, you can talk to yourself in your mind, right? Try to use these words. Try to use these words more often. That's how you memorize the word vividly. Once you've used it, it will be harder for you to forget about it. Yeah, this is a question for you. Why would you like to learn Chinese? For those of you, you are learning Chinese right now. So why would you like to learn Chinese? Why would you like to learn Chinese? You can put in the chat. Is that for your study? Or would you like to work and live in China in the future? Or are you a business owner? You would like to do business with Chinese people? Why you would like to learn Chinese? For every language, there's impossible. If you have no motive, you learn a language. There must be a motive why you would like to learn the language. Just like the people I talked about, right? Talked with previously, they want to learn English because of their job. They work for a foreign company because they need to use English every day. That's why they learn English. And what about you? Why would you like to learn Chinese? Some of you, you might learn out of interest. So why do you want to learn Chinese in the first place? If you would like to practice your Chinese, you can also raise your hand and I will put you on stage. 你好, good to talk to you.
How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. And you?
Thanks very much. I'm good, thanks.
Okay.
Thanks a lot for inviting me to the stage.
You're welcome. Could you introduce yourself a little bit?
Of course, I can. My name is Azza. I'm from Iraq, Arbi City.
Okay.
Yeah. And so I graduated for master degree chemistry.
You are a student.
This is my short introduction. Yeah, I'm graduated for master degree, and so next year I will start to study PhD.
Oh, okay. So you're still a student.
Yeah, you're right.
Okay.
And so I don't want to take your time. I'm just gonna ask you a question.
Sure.
About Chinese. And so the hardest part of learning Chinese for me, I think it's characters, letters.
Yeah. So you would like to know how to write letters, right? How to write the knowledge. Learn the characters.
Just characters. You're right.
Yeah. We have strokes in the order of strokes in the Chinese characters. If you would like to write very beautiful Chinese characters, you need to follow the order of strokes. For example, we write the Chinese characters right from the left to the top, from the top to the bottom. So you have to follow these rules. That's how you will write beautiful Chinese. I will recommend in the beginning you can buy some like Chinese character practice paper. They have like the shape like a 米字格 we call it. Okay, so you can buy
Yeah.
this kind of a sheet of papers and you can practice your writing, right? You can practice your writing on this kind of paper first and try to write it slowly, but try your best to write beautiful Chinese characters. But you need to follow the order from top to the bottom, from the left to the top. This order. That's how you will write beautiful Chinese. To practice more.
Yeah. And so right now I'm just trying to learn Turkish language, but besides Turkish language, I'm trying to learn Chinese, but slowly, step by step.
I will recommend you learn one language at a time, or you will confuse
Yeah.
yourself.
Yeah, you're right, but 5 minutes nothing. Each day you can learn just characters like some basic words. Right now I'm just trying to learn Turkish language, but besides Turkish language I can learn a basic Chinese. After that I can start in all my times.
So why would you like to learn Chinese?
Actually, right now I speak Kurdish, Arabic, Farsi, English, and so our neighbor is Turkish country, and maybe for traveling and maybe in my country we have a lot of companies. Yeah.
So the motive is not so clear to you, isn't it? You just learn out of interest. You want to travel in the future, but it's not sure.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm just gonna traveling to China if I can in the future, but I need to speak a basic. I'm not like a native speaker, a Chinese speaker, because right now I'm speak 4 languages.
Okay.
The
So.
5 will be Turkish language, and beside all languages, I have to learn just basic.
Okay. Just basic. Do you think it will be beneficial to you if you just learn basic? How could you have a deeper conversation to the native speakers? It's like you learned nothing. Just learn basic conversation. It's just like nothing.
I
isn't
can
it?
learn. I can learn, but for right now, I can learn just the basic. Maybe after I finish the Turkish language, I will start in all my time, as I said before.
Yeah. How soon do you think you will get started to learn Chinese language? Because if you don't have a strong motive, you wouldn't stick on to the language. If you don't
I
need
can do that. Believe me, I can do that because I had experience before in another language.
Yeah, so as you mentioned, you would like to just travel to China in the future, but it's not sure, isn't it?
I will travel, of course.
Yeah, do you have a plan for that?
Right now, I think I couldn't, but because I have to study PhD, I will stay 4 years from here in my country. Yeah, maybe I will study abroad. I don't know. I didn't decide. Yeah,
So yeah, from my point of view, your need for like studying Chinese is not very strong because you don't need to use the language now. So
your country is very far from my country. That's why for me it be a little hard. It's a little bit difficult to learn in a short time.
because you have too much on your plate. You have too much on your plate.
I can learn, of course.
Yeah, but just basic conversations. Basic conversation means nothing.
For right now, maybe until next year, for 1 year, I just need to learn a basic, and after that, I can learn.
I would suggest that you don't need to focus on Chinese right now. You can just focus on like Turkish if you have a stronger motive in learning Turkish. May I ask why would you like to learn Turkish?
Now, right now, Turkish language is my neighbor, and a lot of people here speak Turkish language in my country because a lot of companies, restaurants, something like that. You went anywhere when you go to there, you see people. You have to speak with them. They don't know your languages.
Okay. So that's will be beneficial for your future job if you speak Turkish language, is it?
Yeah, right.
Okay. So my recommendation is you need to focus on Turkish and stop learning Chinese.
Yeah, my Turkish is good when I speak sometimes with people and sometimes listen to movie. I understand everything.
Okay, that's great. That's great. Then keep honing the skill. You don't learn a language just because you want to have a basic conversation with people, because basic conversation means nothing. It just means nothing.
I know, but when you have a plan, you have to improve your plans.
Yeah.
You didn't understand my plan. I said I have to fix Turkish language. Besides Turkish language,
Yeah.
I have to learn maybe 5 to 10 minutes each day.
Yeah. Good. Focus on Turkish now. Yeah. Good. Okay. Do you have any other questions?
Thanks very much. Thanks for taking time.
Yeah. Welcome.
I'm sorry.
You're welcome. So I will push you
Thanks.
off stage now.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Bye.
Bye.